This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 12. It says, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." Before I get started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash, a double honor to our apostle, Israel Great Millstone, and Shalom, Wakasa, Allah Bakyar, which is peace and mercy to the elect, throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland, come back at you with another video, and Lord willing, be edifying. And as you can see, or as you can hear, the verse I just read was Romans 13 and 12. And it just speaks about the, casting off the works of darkness, which is the things that we were doing prior to us waking up, basically breaking the scriptures, breaking the law, statutes, commandments, and, being in that Bacchus spirit, and which I'll get into the history concerning that. And towards the latter end of this verse, it says, "And let us put on the armor of light." So putting on the armor of light is basically walking in the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So you can understand it, what I'm saying. When you read the scriptures, basically you as a believer and sincerity and truth will do the things that the scriptures speak about. That's putting on the armor of light. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, right now our people are in that spirit of Bacchus, which like I said, I'm about to get into that in a minute. So let me finish out these verses in this chapter real quick. It's Romans 13 and 13. "Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh to prepare." It says to fulfill the lust thereof, man. So when you look at that word, provisions, one of the synonyms would be preparedness. So, when it says, "and make not provisions for the flesh," another word you can substitute for that provision is prepare. It says, "and make not preparedness for the flesh." You know what I'm saying? So, because when you understand the scriptures, for the most part, Yahweh Shai, what the scriptures is conveying is that, we deny the flesh to the best of our abilities. Because remember what Yahweh Shah said. Well, remember what the scriptures say, and in the book of First John, for it says, "For the lust of for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, the pride of life." Basically, this world is oversaturated with the flesh, with the works of the flesh. And it's trying to get you to constantly indulge into the flesh and constantly be consumed in the flesh, to where you can't make time to be in the spirit. That's really what bread and circuses is about. And damn, the spirit just hit me. That's heavy. The spirit just hit me, and I was just like, that's what bread and circus is about. Bread and circus is pretty much being entertained and fulfilling the lust of your flesh, so much to the point where you forget about the spirit. You forget about the things that the scriptures speak about. You forget about the fasting. You forget about the prayer, the denying of the denying of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? The sensual things. You forget about those things because you're so engulfed and so indulged into the bread and circus, which is the entertainment, and fulfilling the lust thereof, that you put off the things that the scriptures speak about. So even bread and circus is wicked. You know what I'm saying? At least the way Esau pushes it and portrays it, that shit is crazy, man. Like I said, the spirit just hit me, man. Just this moment, like these thoughts that I'm having just right now. So, we can't make provisions for the flesh, meaning preparedness. We have to do what the Lord is requiring of, which is sometimes you gotta put off the flesh. You gotta deny, the things that the lust, you know what I'm saying, the things that you want to do and the things that the flesh is telling you to do. So, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai can dwell with you and be with you more. You know what I'm saying? So let me hit 13. I'll break that down. It says, let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. So now when you go to that word, when you go to that word right there, right? And Romans 13 was talk about rioting And it's going to say the same word in the book of First Peter, the fourth chapter we're going to get to. So it's going to say G2970, komos or komos, right? Revealing, rioting. It says a reveal, a carousal. It says a nocturnal and riotous possession of half drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets and torch. It says with torches and music in honor of Bacchus of some other or some other deity, and sing and play before houses or male and female friends. Hence use gradually of feasts and drinking parties that it says that are protected that are protracted till late at night, and indulge in reveling, which reveling is pretty much a noisome feast. So this spirit of Bacchus, or also known as Dionysus, which Dionysus is the Greek god that the Greeks pretty much worship, and Bacchus is pretty much the Roman version of that. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much the same. It's just Rome had their version of Dionysus, but Jake is in that Bacchus spirit, and how that works, right? It's a word. I gotta see if I can find it. It says shallow. I gotta type this in real quick. Shallow come. It's a word that's associated with deities and entities, right? I gotta find this word. I know it's in here. Yeah, epithite. Yep. So when you look up an epithite, right? An epithite in biology, an epithite is a word or phrase that is part of a organism scientific name. And let me get a little bit more. Epithite comes from Greek epithena, meaning to put on or to add to. In its oldest sense, epithite is simply a descriptive word or phrase, especially one joined by fixed association to the name or to the name of someone or something, as in Ivan the Great, or the Homeric phrase "wine dark a sea." So epithite is a name. What it says simply a descriptive. Epithet is a descriptive word or phrase, especially one joined by fixed association to the name of someone or something. So, like what you can the epithet to Bacchus would be what wine and partying and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what was joined into Bacchus. The epithet that's joined into Bacchus is the wine and the partying and the BS. You know what I'm saying? So I got that out the way with what epithite is. Let me get this real quick, man. And this is the scripture too that goes into the actual account about Bacchus, right? So when you get this is this is second Maccabees 6:1. It says not long after this the king sent, which this king is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, right? Not long after this king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of Yahweh, which these heathens were always trying to detach us from Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, because they understand that's where our power lies at. Verse 2, it says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius, which when you look that name up, Jupiter Olympius, it literally goes back to the Greek god Zeus, another word that they use for Zeus. And that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. Verse 3, it says, the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people. It says, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles. It says, who dallied with harlots, and you best believe these are talking about Israelites, and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. It says, and besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. See, these Gentiles which were Israelite foreigners. It was our people behaving in a Gentile state of mind. They brought in things that were not lawful, right? Because remember, it says in verse 1, it tells them, it says that they should not live after the laws of their father, after their power, right? It says verse 5, it says the altar also was filled with profane things, it says, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. It says, and that the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, and when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in possession to Bacchus carrying ivory. So even when you look up what does it mean, the carrying of ivory, right? Let me see. Carrying of ivory. When you look up the carrying of ivory, what is a carrying ivory ancient meaning? All right. Let me see. It has a few. It says fertility and good luck. In ancient times, women carry ivory to add fertility and general good luck. Eternal life ivy, it says, was often given to newlyweds as a symbol of everlasting life, devotion, fidelity, and loyalty. So these are some of the things, man. It says intellectual achievement in ancient Rome, ivory was a symbol of intellectual achievement, and wealth of and rafts of ivory were given to a winner of poetry contest. So the main thing, I'm gonna go right here. It says Bacchus, sacred plant. In Greek mythology, ivy was the sacred plant of Dionysus. It says, aka Bacchus, or also known as Bacchus, or as another version of Dionysus, the god of wine. Bacchus wore a crown of ivory to ward off intoxication. So these are the main two, though. The ivory, it symbolizes what fertility. That when women carried it, added fertility. That's what they believe. They added fertility to them. And then it said they were ivory often given to newlyweds because of what they believe that it add fertility unto them. And then it says as a symbol of everlasting life, devotion, fidelity, and loyalty. So when they said they carried ivory, to Bacchus, it represented the loyalty and devotion that they had for Bacchus, this Greek, this Roman god, um, and what it stood for in the feast. So it says, verse 8, it says, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices, man. So yeah, this is the actual history concerning that spirit of what our people are in. That's why to this day you still see our people in that partying and pretty much YOLO spirit, man. You know, living their best life and doing, like I said, just partying and bullshitting, man. So, like I said, going back to the lesson, this is exactly what Yahweh Shem Shah is calling us out of. He doesn't want us to be in that mindset where we're constantly trying to look for the next high of fulfilling the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wants us, if anything, to abstain from the flesh. You know what I'm saying? That's actually in the scriptures as well. Abstain from idols. It says, little children, abstain from idols. Well, let me. Where is that at, man? Well, let me see. Damn, it was one in here that I wanted to get. Feel the lust. Man, if I can't find it, I'll just go back to where I was at. But it talks about not fulfilling the lust thereof, deceitful lust. Uh, I know what's in here, man. Or maybe I did make no provisions for the flesh. But yeah, let's see. So like, yeah, real quick, I just want to see. I think I already grabbed it. Well, yeah, I mean, it was another one too. But anyway, so let me get this real quick, man. This is it's the book of Romans chapter 8. I'll get to the point. This is the book of Romans chapter 8. I'll start from 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit." And see, we are in the flesh, you know what I'm saying, but we're not minding the things of the flesh. We can give a shit less about pleasing the flesh. We would rather please the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace," man. So the Lord, He doesn't want you to be carnally minded, man, because that can lead to death. Like I said, that is what the bread and the circus is pretty much about. It's keeping you in a constant, perpetual carnal mindset to where you neglecting the spiritual mind. It says, "Because the spiritual mind is enmity against Yahweh, and for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be," man. It says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, man. The Lord is pulling us away from that, because like I said, this is what this man is constantly about. Remember, this is the man of sin. This is the man that is constantly after the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to keep us in that mindset. Let me get that in was it First Peter 4? It's the book of First Peter chapter 4 and 3. It says, "For the time past of our life," it says, "may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness," which lasciviousness is pretty much it's like having a strong sexual desire. You know what I'm saying? And it can lead to lewdness. You know, it says lust, excess of wine. It says revelings, banqueting. It's just going into drinking, you know what I'm saying, excessively, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same access of right, speaking evil of you, man. See, and this is the thing, they think we off because we're not in that spirit of pretty much being in that same mindset of riding with them. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't in that. Hey, man, let's live it up. You know what I'm saying? That's partying bullshit. Let's live our best life, man. They think we bugged out because we not on that shit, man. So when you go to it, right? When you go to riot, it's the same word. I'm saying, go to the root word. Let's see, Slakia. Okay, no, it's not the same word. It was one of them. Where's the one I was? Seriousness, rebellion, banking. It was another word that I got. It pretty much went into the same thing. Yeah, here we go. So when you go to First Peter 4 and 3, it goes into the same word as we brought out before in Romans, the 13th chapter, which is the G2970 Kamos or Komos. It's the same thing, man. It goes to the being in the spirit of Bacchus. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is something that you don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? And let me show you just so I can make sure that you got it. I ain't getting it. I already got it. Oh man. Yeah, so it's the same word right there. Romans 13 and 13 about the riding, not in riding and drunkenness. So yeah, man, I just thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? You like I said, you want to, try your best to, walk in the spirit and not be totally engulfed with this with the thing with the things that this world has to offer. Of course, we have lives and we do things that's so called worldly, but at the end of the day, our main focus is not on this world, it's on the world to come. You know what I'm saying? And it's on spiritual things, man. To hell with this place, to hell with everything it has to offer, man. So this is James 4 and 4, and I'm ending with this. Ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh. So if you really, your mind is in your heart, so to speak, which is pretty much when scriptures talk about your heart, it is laab or lab, which is the mind. So when your mind is dead set on this world and what it really has to offer, and and indulging into this place, and you really want this shit to go on, that if that's the friendship of the world, and the Lord has a problem with that, man. It says the world. It says of the world is enmity with Yahweh, man. If you a friend of the world, man, you know what I'm saying, you an enemy of the Lord, man. So you know what I'm saying. Just keep that in mind, man. At that, I'm saying shalom.